Welcome to Livin Local, the official podcast of BlackHillsSuperFan.com, a podcast that helps you to get to know local business and community leaders and helps keep you informed and enlightened about the marvelous Black Hills region. I'm your host, Brian Leslie. Today, we're Livin Local with Kevin Bybee, the owner and general manager of the new Spearfish Sasquatch baseball team, opening play in Spearfish in the spring of 2018. Well, Kevin, thanks for taking the time to talk to us on Livin Local. This is exciting, I think, for the Northern Hills and even the Black Hills community at large to have a baseball team like the Spearfish Sasquatch coming to our city. So welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Brian. Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's been a ton of work, but yeah, it is. It's very exciting to have some baseball coming to Spearfish here in the very, very near future.
So let's talk about the Sasquatch, what it is, how it started. Tell us a little bit about this team.
Yeah, it's the Spearfish Sasquatch is one of 8 teams in the Expedition League, beginning play here in just a couple weeks, the end of May of 2018. So this league is a brainchild of Steve Wagner, who's our president, and about 3 to 4 years ago, he started looking into what it would take to get a league. He loves baseball, and what it would take to get a league in the upper Midwest here. And things led one thing to another, and about 3 to 4 years later, here we are. So we're getting things up and running, ready to go.
And Spearfish seemed to be a natural fit for this first franchise.
It did. Steve put a lot of research into different towns, and a lot of it was just based on demographics and population, and so on and so forth. But Spearfish was a definite must, especially for this area. Has a great facility here, and it was definitely one of the first ones that he wanted to get nailed down. So.
Well, the league itself is the Expedition League, as you mentioned. So tell us a little bit about what that is and the type of players that we'll see.
Sure. It's a wood bat baseball league, and it's like I said, it's 8 teams in the league, and they're definitely players are coming in from all over the United States. We have players on our roster here in Spearfish from Texas, California, Idaho, Minnesota. They're coming from all over the U.S. As a league, we do have players coming in from. There's one kid coming in from Hawaii, but they're coming in from the Southeast, Louisiana. So all 4 corners of the U.S., they're coming in to play on these teams here for just a little over 2 months season. And they're all current college players. They have to be college eligible to be in the league. And they're all just looking to pursue their dream of being a professional baseball player. And so summer leagues are a great way for these guys to get exposure. These guys play baseball year-round. And so a summer league, a lot of their coaches are asking them, go play in a summer league. Go find a summer league that you can play in. And the Expedition League has filled that need.
And the thing about college baseball, college is a great place to hone your skills, to get ready if you're not drafted out of high school. It's a great place to take your game to the next level if you have designs on playing professionally, let's say, or even just playing better in your college career. But college is, of course, run from fall until spring. Baseball is primarily a summer game. So the college kids get to play a little bit in the fall, and then they're wrapped up in the spring. And if you take 3 months off in the summer, your skills are not going to be there. Your reflexes are going to slow down. You really need a place to go where you can keep your skills growing and going. And not only that, you need a place, I think, Kevin, where you are at a competition that's a high enough level to make sure that you continue to improve. And so that's the gap that the Expedition League and the Spearfish Sasquatch, that's the gap they fill, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, these guys they're required by their coaches in college to go play summer ball, and for the exact reason that you said. These guys sit around all summer long on a couch and just kind of take a break in the summer, like they probably did as a young child, whatever it might be. Yeah, they're going to come back in the fall, and their coach is going to ask them what's going on. So this league, this team in Spearfish is a great way for these kids to play baseball. They love baseball. They want to play baseball every single day, and these guys got a full schedule. They're going to be playing 64 games total. 32 of those are here in Spearfish, and then 32 on the road. So these guys are living the life of basically a minor league baseball player. They'll be riding buses a couple times a week and staying in hotels and playing the sport that they love.
And people are going to see a pretty high level of competition
They are, yeah. We've got the players that are coming into this league. I was just talking with the league president and the vice president the other day, and the amount of talent, the talent level that we have in this league already has been great. We're very encouraged with the amount of talent, the amount of players that we have. We've already unfortunately had to start turning players away already here about 2 or 3 months ago. So guys are aware of the league now, especially being in the first year. But yeah, this is a great way for them to come in and just play that sport.
And you've hired a coach, Ryan Wright. I think you mentioned to me a few minutes ago, the assistant coach at Montana State Billings.
That's correct. Yeah, Ryan Wright. He's our head coach. He'll be out here in just a couple weeks. Great guy. He's been putting in a ton of work with the fellas as well. Been out talking to players, recruiting players, getting the roster filled up. He's done an awesome job. I can't speak highly enough about him. He's from day one. He's been out talking to guys, and he's got that roster filled up very quickly. And he's out of Montana State University out of Billings. He's a current assistant coach up there, and I know he's looking forward to being out here for the summer.
And the players, have they arrived already?
Not yet. They'll be arriving here the weekend of the 18th, 19th, somewhere of May. Yep.
And we're early May, by the way, when we're recording this in 2018. So.
Yep. So they'll be here May 18th, May 19th, somewhere in their practice. I believe Ryan wants to start on the 20th or the 21st of May, and our first game's the 25th. So that is another great thing about baseball. It's you don't have to put a whole lot of that practice time into play as a team. I mean, all these guys are coming in as position players. They know how third base works. There's some basics they'll have to go over as far as signs and some different styles that Ryan may have. But that's the great thing about baseball. When you pitch in Alabama, it's the same as pitching in South Dakota. So it is. It's a great sport.
And the games are going to be live streamed, as I understand, to some degree.
That's correct. Yep. There's a live streaming service that we're going to be doing. So all the games throughout the league on a nightly basis will be live streamed. Obviously, there's a service for that, but a lot of the coaches are the current players' coaches at their colleges right now. They are very interested in that, so they want to see how their third baseman's doing over the summer, and they want to kind of keep track on him, not only just looking at their stats at the end of a week, but also just kind of seeing how they're playing ball, because those coaches have an eye for that, and they like to see that as well.
And the fans can also subscribe to that streaming service, so they can watch them when they're on the road.
That's correct. Yep.
In most cases.
In most cases. Yep. Yeah. So everybody will be all the stadiums in the league will have that to offer, and so if people were interested and they wanted to watch the team while they're on the road, they could definitely do that.
Who will be the other teams in the league that the Spearfish will be playing?
That's great. There's 7 other teams. They're coming out of Minot, North Dakota, Dickinson, North Dakota, Aberdeen, South Dakota, Pierre, Casper, Gering, and Hastings, Nebraska.
So a little bit of a road trip there. A
little bit, yeah. I think their furthest road trip, I think, is going to be out to Hastings. I think it's probably going to be a good 7 or 8 hours out there.
At least, I would say. Awesome. And a couple of people asked me to ask you, Kevin, when I talked to you, how did the name Sasquatch come about?
Boy, it was one of those just brainstorming sessions that 2 or 3 of us had. We're just throwing different names out there, and we were just this league, we're trying to emulate minor league baseball. And if any of the listeners have ever gone to a minor league baseball game, they're very high energy. They're very fun and kind of quirky, I guess you could say, in a way. So some of the team names in minor league baseball are very, very quirky. So if you need something to do and kill a little bit of time, just go look up some minor league baseball.
The one that comes to mind, of course, is the Toledo Mud Hens, and there's lots of them.
Oh yeah, I've even heard lug nuts and
the lug nuts.
Yeah, right. There's all sorts of fun ones out there. So anyway, it was kind of wanting to be quirky with things,
right?
But also coming from a marketability standpoint too, and something that we could have fun with. And that was a big one. We want what could we have fun with at this stadium, and what better way to do it than have a 7-foot tall Sasquatch?
You've got a built-in mascot. I got to tell you. I mean, that's prime right there.
Yeah, it is. So.
Awesome.
So it'll be a lot of fun.
We're talking to Kevin Bybee, who's the general manager of the Spearfish Sasquatch, the Expedition League baseball team that's coming to Spearfish summer of 2018. But let's talk about your story, Kevin. How in the world did you go from where you were to being a part of the team that's part of the Sasquatch? How did you go there?
Yeah, it's kind of a long but interesting story, but I'll keep it short. I was put into contact with Steve Wagner, who's the president of the league, actually by my brother. My brother had met him and was dealing with him on some other issues, on some business related issues. And he said, Kevin, you gotta meet this guy. He's interesting. He's fun. He's a good guy. I just want you to meet him. Just say hi. And so we arranged to meet and just hung out, had coffee, and one thing led to another. And he just kind of came out of left field, no pun intended, and said, "Hey, what do you think about owning a baseball team?" It's one of those questions you don't expect when you wake up in the morning that you're going to hear. And I said, "Well, that sounds really neat, but why don't you give me a little more information?" And so he explained to me what his dream was, where the league was at, and the league was already in motion, and they just needed an ownership group here in Spearfish. And so
Steve's located in Rapid.
He is.
Rapid City.
Yeah. League headquarters are in Rapid City, and they just one thing led to another. A lot of thought and a lot of talk with the family, and one thing led to another, and here we are. So yeah, it's been great.
Well, Rapid's always been a great baseball town too.
It is. There's
the Black Hills in general.
It is. Yeah, there's a lot of tradition in Rapid City and the Black Hills as far as baseball is concerned. There's a lot of great programs with Post 22 and Post 164. There's just a lot of great tradition in both of those cities. So, Kevin, what would you say then? Well, now, did you grow up in the Black Hills, by the way? Yes.
You did?
Yep.
Okay, so you're a lifelong resident?
Grew up elementary, middle school years. I was in Denver, and then completed high school in Rapid City. So, so I guess the majority of my life I've been in the Black Hills.
And you haven't always, of course, been the owner of the Sasquatch. Before that, I think people might have met you as the owner of a pretty well-known Black Hills tourist attraction.
Yeah.
You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, we were in tourism. We were with the Cosmos Mystery area. It was in my wife's family for a number of years, and this opportunity came about, and it was time for a change in life, and we decided to switch gears and become baseball owners. And so we've been excited to. We both love sports. We love baseball, and it's just been a great opportunity to bring a higher level of baseball to the Black Hills area, something that the Black Hills hasn't seen before. So we're really, really excited about that.
Maybe you can figure out a way to get the Sasquatch to defy gravity just a little. Send those balls over
there you go.
center field fence a little more often, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, what do you say are the biggest challenges facing the Sasquatch as you get things going?
It's right now one of our biggest challenges is just host families, just finding people out there that are willing to take in a player or two over the summer. It is a big ask, and I get that, but these players are pursuing their dream in baseball, and these kids, that's what they want to do. And to make that happen, it assists us and helps us out as an organization to have these families step forward and just say, hey, yeah, these guys can come in. All they need is a bed and a shower, maybe a meal or two with the family.
Sure. Yeah.
And these kids are only going to be at the host family's residence for about half the summer. The other half of the summer they're on the road. So, the season's end of May, and then it goes through the 1st of August. And so there's only about 2 full months, and then a couple days on both ends of that they would be in there. But that's our biggest challenge, is just finding families to step forward.
But these are good kids. These are
they
responsible kids. They've got their careers to think about, their reputations. I mean, they're going to be they'll be good guests.
Absolutely, yeah. These guys are good quality kids coming in, and they are not at the point in their career where they are by accident. They've been working hard for years. They've been held to high standards at their respective colleges. They are required to sign a code of conduct with the league before they can sign a contract and come in and play. And so there's high expectations of these guys, but it's nothing that they're not used to. They're used to those high expectations and coaches holding them responsible for their actions. So, yeah, as a league, we have no concerns at all. These guys these are good kids coming in, and like I said, they just need a place to crash at night and a shower. And these Sasquatch players, we even promise they'll clean the drain out in the shower too. So
all the fur, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So we always ask the other side of the question after we talk about challenges. What about rewards? What would you say are the biggest rewards that you might see with having the Sasquatch play here in Spearfish? Yeah,
this is just going to be a great opportunity for the residents, not only of Spearfish but of Black Hills, just of something to do on a summer evening. And we happen to live in just a beautiful area, and there's plenty of opportunity to go out and do things in the outdoors and enjoy a Black Hills summer night. But going out and watching a baseball game on a Black Hills evening out at Black Hills Energy Stadium is a beautiful, beautiful location out there. You get to just sit down, watch baseball. You can look at the mountain peaks out in the distance, and Crow Peak's right there, and just a beautiful venue. And so what we're looking to do is have a very family-friendly atmosphere out there. It's not. It's going to be something where you can bring out a 4 or 5 year old kid, and he or she's just going to be more interested in that crazy Sasquatch running around, and all the way up to the older generation that just wants to watch some baseball and keep score in the handbook. So there's going to be a high entertainment out there, but it's just going to be a different type of evening that people in the Black Hills can come out and enjoy. We're going to have between innings promotions, fan interaction, some giveaways. We've got some great sponsors that have some giveaways that we have as well. So it's just going to be a great evening.
I think it adds to the quality of life, doesn't it, of residents when they can take part in something like that.
I think it does. Yeah, I've been very impressed with just the steps forward that Spearfish as a community has taken in just the past few years here. And the downtown area is becoming revitalized with lots of new restaurants and different breweries that are popping up. And it is just a great atmosphere here in Spearfish. And it's just going to be something a little bit different, but yet kind of a way to just unwind at the end of an evening and watching some great baseball with some great college talent coming into this area from all over the nation.
Well, we're talking with Kevin Bybee, the owner and general manager of the Spearfish Sasquatch baseball team, and we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back with our speed round, including tell us a few things about the Sasquatch that people may not know, and also the keys to success for this business. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hey, it's Brian Leslie here, founder of the Superfan Project. In 2017, and with a lot of help from an amazing team, we founded BlackHillSuperfan.com for 2 reasons. First, to help support local businesses in our towns in a world where big retail and internet big box competition make it tough to survive. Second, we built it to deliver to you, our Superfan members, extraordinary value in the form of discounts and savings at these local businesses. But we wanted to go beyond coupons. Not only do we want you to save money, we want you to get to know business and community leaders. We want to deliver news, cool facts, and things about the beautiful Black Hills that maybe you didn't know, and that you can share with your friends and neighbors and family. Your $7 monthly membership helps support our efforts, and our goal is to deliver back to you 5 to 10 times that amount in savings. And remember, unlike other deal sites, with BlackHillSuperfan.com, when you make a purchase at a local business, 100% of that money goes to that business. It stays in the local community. That's what helps make us unique and helps your spending power have more impact right here in town. So if you haven't subscribed yet, head to BlackHillSuperfan.com and click on the sign up button today. We'd love to have you. Thank you. And as we like to say, we love living local. Well, welcome back to Livin Local, the official podcast of BlackHillSuperfan.com. We are talking to Kevin Bybee, who is the owner and general manager of the Spearfish Sasquatch. They are part of the new Expedition League baseball team, a developmental league comprised of talented college players from across the area, across the United States, basically, and they'll be starting play here in late May of 2018 in Spearfish at Black Hills Energy sports complex on the west side of town. So, Kevin, we're ready for the speed round. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right. First question is, name something about the Sasquatch that people may not know.
You know, I briefly alluded to it earlier, just kind of mentioned it, but this is a wood bat baseball league, and so these players are coming in. They've been playing with aluminum bats the majority of their life, but as we said earlier, these guys are looking to eventually make they want to be drafted. And that's the bottom line. They want to be drafted by a major league ball club. And if that's the case, they got to have some experience playing with a wood bat. So it's a little bit different. Those that know the game of baseball real well, it is a different game with a wood bat. There's a different feel to it. A little bit more Americana in my mind, a little bit.
Yep, the sound of the crack of the bat.
The sound of the crack of the
bat.
Not the
ping.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it is a wood bat developmental baseball league. And so all these guys are coming in, and they'll be playing with a wood bat in their hand.
You know, and just for folks that may not be aware, colleges use aluminum bats bats because they don't have to be replaced quite as often. They're cheaper, less expensive when you're trying to run a baseball program. Wooden bats get broken quite a bit, so they have to be replaced a lot. So that is an added expense. And so, but that's what the major leagues use, and that's what players have to demonstrate an ability to play with a wood bat.
That's right.
Because the ball comes off of the bat differently than it does with aluminum at different velocities, different angles, and you just have to be able to do that. So it's important for them to be playing with a wood bat.
That's right. Yeah, there'll be. We've even heard talk too that there will be scouts that'll be out looking at the Expedition League, and popping into these different games.
Sure.
And these scouts, they want to see these kids with a wood bat in their hand.
Yep.
And that's what they're getting paid for, and they want to see it that their game can transfer to the big leagues.
That's a cool thing too, because you never know if you might be seeing here in Spearfish the next a Major League Baseball.
That's right. Yeah, you just never know. You might have the next Mike Trout, living here for the summer. Or if you're a host family, they might be living in your house. And that's, going back to that real quick. There's a lot of lifelong friendships and bonds that have been made with host families and current Major League players that were once a college wood bat player looking for that. So,
I knew a family that hosted Greg Swindell.
Oh, very nice.
As the Cleveland Indians way back
Yep.
when. That was a pretty awesome experience. So, hey, and speaking of Major League, are these players paid to play here?
They are not. Nope. They are not being paid at all. There's, NCAA rules prohibits that. But so yeah, they're coming out here. We as an organization and the community, we're just looking to support these guys any way that we can. And that's another reason why that host family is an integral part of that. So yeah, they're not being paid. They just love baseball. They want the exposure. They want the experience. And that's exactly what they're looking for. I mean, if they can dedicate two months out of their summer to come play baseball and not get paid and take on a summer job somewhere, you can tell that these kids really
and it'd be an exciting game. And speaking of fireworks, I guess maybe folks don't know this. You're gonna have a couple nights of fireworks in Spearfish.
We are, yeah. Opening night, May 25th, is a fireworks night. So yeah, we're looking forward to having some fireworks there. We were fortunate enough this year to get the 4th of July game. So on the actual night of the 4th of July, there will be fireworks. How can you have a baseball game without fireworks on the 4th of July?
And
right?
when was the last time Spearfish had fireworks to begin with, right?
And then I believe our fan appreciation night, and I don't have the date in front of me. I believe it's August 1st. I think that's our last scheduled home game.
I think that's right.
Will be a fan appreciation night, and we'll have some fireworks on that night as well.
That's awesome. Second question: what is key to success for the Sasquatch, do you think?
Yeah, just I think the key to success for us is just community involvement and community support on this thing. So that's one thing I do love about this team in Spearfish. It's a smaller town. We are the smallest town of all the 8 teams in the league. We are the smallest one. But that, in my mind, also just gives it a little bit more of a personal touch. I think people can really latch on to their hometown team, especially when it's town the size of Spearfish with 10,000 of us here. I think it's just one of those things where people will latch onto this thing, and that's what we're looking for. We're just looking for the community to come out, get involved with this team, and just enjoy some nights with them. But yeah, if we can get the community to come out and we can provide them with an evening where they're going to just have some fun with their kids, sit back, relax, I think that's going to be our biggest key to success.
Well, Kevin, I know that as a business person, a business owner, entrepreneur, there's a lot of hats that you got to wear. It takes a lot of energy out of you. And I always ask my guests this question: are there any things that you do personally that you think contribute to your ability to effectively run a business or to do something like the Sasquatch? What personal habits do you have?
Yeah, there's a couple things that come to mind with that. And first thing in the morning, I don't allow myself to look at my phone or my email, for that matter, before I actually get into the office and I'm ready to start the day. So I force myself, when I unplug my phone in the morning, I can see that there's messages and emails that are on it, but I force myself to just put it in my pocket right away. And otherwise my brain just starts thinking right away about work. And so that allows me to come into the day without being distracted with that. And I have my quiet time in the morning, and try to get in just a few minutes of just some quick devotion and meditation time that I can just kind of get things started off on the right foot for the day before the day starts. So.
You would be surprised how many people I've come across during this podcast that say that about their phones. That's how they.
Is that right?
The key to what they have to do is to put that phone aside.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy.
You know, they are so valuable to have, and so nice to be able to do work when you have to get things done.
Right.
But at the same time, you gotta make sure that thing doesn't control you.
Right.
And that's a big part
quite
of it.
easily.
Yep.
Awesome. Finally, our last question is: where do you see the Sasquatch in 5 years? What's the league look like?
You know, the league already is growing, and we haven't even thrown our first pitch yet. We have 8 teams, like I said, signed up for this year. Next year, there's already 10 teams for sure, and it's looking like a good possibility that there will be 12. And so we've already started to expand the league, and we haven't even started our first game as of recording this podcast. So
wow.
So yeah, that's I see it being very growth in 5 years from now. I can see this team or this league eventually being 18 to 20 teams. That's what the league president wants, and that's what he's pursuing. And that's what he's out there doing already. These 8 teams are on cruise control. Of course, he's kind of directing things the way he wants it, but he's such a forward thinker anyway. So he's already 5 years down the road from us right now. So he's already planting the seeds, talking to the different city council members in these respective cities, and getting things lined up already.
Will there be a postseason of any kind, a championship
There
series?
will be. Yeah, we have our last home game here is August 1st. I want to say then we're on the road for about 3 games. I believe it is August 7th. There will be, the format is the top 2, there's 2 divisions. The top 2 teams in those divisions will have a 1-game playoff. And then the winner of that playoff will go to the championship series. And that's going to be a 3-game series.
3-game series.
Yep. And that's going to be a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's being hosted in Hastings, or excuse me, that's the All-Star game is in Hastings. But yeah, so the championship game will be whoever has the best record will get the 2 games, and then the team that has the lesser of those 2 records will get the 1. So
yeah, that's pretty awesome. You have a 30-player roster, is that correct?
That's correct. Yep. 30
and
players.
A lot of them are going to be pitchers. Some people may not know this, but they're going to see a lot of pitching changes.
That's right. Yeah, every team's a little bit different. We're going to have probably 12 to 14 different players on the roster that are pitchers, and the reason for that is their current coaches at college. The college coaches don't want these kids coming in and blowing up their arm over the summer in summer league. They want them to pitch, but they have them on strict pitch count rules, and so yeah, a typical evening is going to be probably 4 to 5 pitching changes just to keep these guys' arms fresh.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin, we sure appreciate you taking the time to spend with us on Livin Local, our BlackHillSuperFan.com podcast. And we're kind of looking forward to having some promotions listed with you, too, for our Superfan membership. And maybe they can come out in the middle of the week and see a game and enjoy baseball.
That would be great. Thanks for having me, Brian.
And before we go, if people are interested in being a host family, do you have any contact information or things that the place that they can call?
Yeah, thanks. We on our website, we have a tab. It's just called Host Families, and you can click on that tab. There's an application there. Fill out the application. If that looks like a fit, we would love to just chat with you and give you some more details about it. We will be accepting those even after the season starts. If people come out to a game, we'll be promoting it out there as well. But right on our website, there's a tab you can go to, and it'll kind of walk you through the process.
The website is spearfishsasquatch.com. And if you don't know how to spell Sasquatch, just Google it. You'll find it. They'll correct it. Kevin, thanks a lot, and best of luck this season.
Thanks, Brian. Thanks for having me.
Hey, and one more thing before we go. Just a word about how BlackHillSuperFan.com is even more unique. When you sign up, your $7 monthly membership is converted into official Superfan credits. 28 credits for $7. And you can use these in many ways, including unlocking discount deals at local businesses and entering to win monthly prize drawings. So check it out today at BlackHillSuperFan.com, where we love Livin Local. And one more thing I'd invite you to do if you wouldn't mind. Head over to iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts and leave us an honest review. Let us know what you think about Livin Local. We appreciate your time and thank you for listening.